Good morning, dear viewers and listeners. On the happy occasion of this Saturday, January 22nd, 2022, which coincides with the second anniversary of IINTOA, I'm Bondan Nurdiyanto, feel proud and happy to present and convey the history and some information about IINTOA to you. This information will be delivered in Indonesian and English. Happy listening. What is IINTOA? IINTOA stands for Indonesia Inbound Tour Operators Association, is an independent association where this union is a shelter for businessmen or leaders of tours and travel agencies whose activities to plan and carry out tourist trips from the country of origin to the territory of the Republic of Indonesia in collaboration with tour wholesalers and or tour operators abroad based on B2B. The entrepreneurs of the inbound tour operators agreed to unite their intention and determination in advancing Indonesian tourism through this association, with the main goal is to make tourism the main foreign exchange earner for Indonesia. The players who specialize and focus their main business on inbound tourism are commonly referred to as inbound tour operators. The organizer of the inbound tour operators in the form of companies is an important tourism industry that is a source of foreign exchange income and is part of the national development system. So, its development and activities cannot be separated from one another. This association accommodates various roles and or aspiration of like-minded members who have the same passion and profession as inbound tour operators in order to increase professionalism, build member capacity, global competitiveness, and be able to serve and or protect members proportionally and professionally. This association can provide input and consideration to the government for the advancement of Indonesian tourism, especially bringing in foreign tourists through members of the association, which are managed based on the principles of professionalism, transparency, democracy, honest, fair, and accountability. What is the background for the birth of IINTOA? In June 2019, precisely in Nusa Dua, Bali, on June 24th, the day before the BBTF or Bali and Beyond Travel Fair began, dozens of Indonesian inbound tour players, seniors and juniors, gathered and sat together at one table discussing and looking for answers about why the number of foreign tourists coming to Indonesia is still far behind that of foreign tourists coming to neighboring countries. Starting and referring to the questions, at the end of the discussion on that day, the leaders of the Indonesian inbound tourism had reached a similar opinion, like-minded, and agreed that after all this time it had been overlooked by national tourism stakeholders, now was the time for inbound tourism in Indonesia must be handled by an association of players who specialize and focus their main business on inbound tourism, which will become the government's equal partner in an effort to gain the main foreign exchange for Indonesia. This agreement gave the participants the task to begin to design and propose the name of the association, the logo of the association, as well as the draft their statutes and bylaws, or anggaran dasar and anggaran rumah tangga of the association. In December 2019, the draft had been purged with the circulation of the name of the association and its logo draft, as well as the draft statutes and bylaws of this association. This month, it was agreed by the initiators and other participants to hold a plenary meeting in Jakarta in January 2020. Precisely on January 21st, 22nd, 2020, gathered a number of initiators, participants of the Bali meeting, as well as other inbound tourism players who were not present in Bali to hold a plenary meeting at the Haris Vertu Hotel in Jakarta. The plenary meeting was held in a marathon with a serious discussion on the improvement of the name and logo of the association, as well as the main discussion of the statutes and bylaws. At the end of the plenary meeting, it was agreed that the name of the association was IINTOA, stands for Indonesian Inbound Tour Operators Association, and the formulation team was formed to perfect the association statutes and bylaws and determine the notary who would issue the association deed of establishment. January 22nd, 2020 is also agreed as the date of birth of IINTOA. In February 2020, the name, logo, the statutes, and bylaw of the association has been established and is planned to be launched in March 2020. But due to the outbreak of the very dangerous COVID-19 pandemic, everything planned was delayed. It is hoped that after the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown is over, sometime in June 2020, IINTOA launching will be carried out. Why should we set up a new association called IINTOA while there is already another association that has inbound fields? The answer is, the other association is a large-scale association that houses a number of companies that do business in various fields in the tourism industry, especially those related to the sale of travel-related services such as inbound tourism, outbound tourism, domestic tourism, pilgrimage tourism, tourism schools, and many more. To be honest, recognized or not, a few years back, because of the vast and wide scope of their field, that particular association must divide its focus into all of those fields, so that, in this case, the field of inbound tourism is often overlooked in the sense that it is not specifically addressed and all out by its board members and administrators. The establishment of associations with similar professions and focus on just one field is the right of the community to associate. Regarding this, IINTOA as a brand new association has been explained as mentioned before accordingly. IINTOA never wanted to compete with any association, and instead IINTOA wanted to go hand in hand and synergize with other associations. Let other associations take care of their own homework to protect and support their varied fields. And IINTOA encourages its members who purely do business and focus on handling the field of inbound tourism alone. IINTOA frees its members to become members of any association. What is prohibited, based on IINTOA's bylaw, is that IINTOA administrators such as the chairman, General Secretary, and General Treasury are not permitted to become administration of those other similar associations. IINTOA Vision and Mission. Vision: to become a leading inbound tour operator association in Indonesia that offers and provides world-class services through its members to the global community who will travel and tour within various tourist destinations of the Republic of Indonesia. While the mission is, through ongoing public relations and consumer awareness activities, IINTOA provides enlightenment and knowledge to the world community who will take a vacation supported by a well-packaged tour to Indonesia. For the benefit and fostering the trust of its members, IINTOA provides benefits through holding various tourism-based workshops, seminars, and integrated training on organizing inbound tourism trips in particular. Through its motto, Integrated in Sustainable Inbound Tourism Businesses, and its tagline, Your Partners to Wonderland, IINTOA encourages its members to always meet competency standards and comply with excellent service standards, behave ethically, do business professionally, which includes and represent all facts, conditions, and requirements related to tour packages and honest and accurate vacations, and continuously pursue the active role of members in the development of various tourism products. Thank you.